everyone, and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 3 playthrough.
Do not agree.
Conqueror of Darkness and... Whoa!
Didn't know the series had jump scares.
Usually doesn't.
Wait, you can wall run in this game?
Yep. That's how you get up from everywhere. I just accept it because Sora has displayed gravity magic before, so...
Wait, this is that two-headed rock titan.
Yep. Yeah, okay, so... The Titans, in Disney don't exactly have the same, aren't the same as they are in mythology, with a few exceptions that Hercules, the animated series, introduced, but, the four, main ones that everyone in the movie and here are the Rock Titan, here Lytos, the Ice Titan Hydros, the Fire Titan Pyros, and the Wind/Storm Titan Stratos.
So my question is, does the Hercules canon have anything about the Titans, the four fathers of the gods?
They do have the fact that Kronos was a Titan and was the three gods' father. And
you know,
course,
wouldn't that make...
Huh?
I was gonna say, wouldn't that make the Greek gods Titans? They just call themselves gods because...
Hard to say. They allude to the fact that Kronos was kind of his own thing. Well, to be perfectly honest, in the actual mythology, Titans are just gods. With different names. Just a different, sort of god.
Makes sense, honestly.
Actually, it's kind of funny, because, speaking of Greek mythology, there actually is technically two Cronoses.
Huh. I know Kronos was supposed to be some sort of time titan, so... Is that like an aspect of why there's multiple of him?
No. Actually... So, there is, you know, there's, like, Gaia, and then there are, Orphos, her husband / I don't know, lover,
Firstborn son, brother.
It's really depends on who you ask. But there are also, other gods born from, the primordial chaos, and one of them was Kronos, except his name was spelled Chronos.
Huh.
Which is why in later myths, Kronos has been slightly renamed Cronus to differentiate the two.
So I'm guessing one was the father of the big three and some of the other gods.
Yeah, he was the Titan, who I think they might as well say was named after his uncle.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. There are other primordial gods, but honestly the only other one I can think of is Nyx, the goddess of the night. there. I guess Selene and Artemis don't count since they're moon gods. The other one I can think of is Aeon, who is the god of eternity.
So it makes you wonder, were all the Titans locked away in Tartarus, or were some of them allowed to roam free?
Helios was allowed to be around. He was technically a Titan. Or at the very least, he was the son of one that wasn't Kronos. Wow, that's gonna get confusing.
So it makes you wonder then, the distinction between Titans and gods is not that significant if they are...
No, not in the original mythology. It's a bit more significant in this game and in God of War franchise, where the Titans are, well, way bigger. In fact, is it like Kronos, like twice the size, like Gaia's size, or even bigger?
Yeah, Kronos is around Gaia. Gaia's actually not that big compared to like the other Titans. It's actually kind of small. But like the gods can also turn, like they can shape to get bigger. Now, the biggest one that we've seen is probably Ares when he has a Titanish form. But
what about Typhon? I thought it was Typhon who was the biggest.
Yes. No. Yeah. I gotta go back to God of War 3. But I know Poseidon also had a watery avatar Titanist form too, which kind of bummed out though when God of War 3, the first boss is Poseidon. It's like already going for a big 3 from the get-go, Kratos.
Well, to be fair, Sora has already beaten 2 of them before. Also, they make it very clear that even though Sora beats them, he can't actually kill them. Because, you know, they're still
immortality and all.
Gods. Yeah.
See, it makes you wonder how Kratos bypasses it. Is it one of those things that only a god can kill a god and Sora's not?
Probably.
Bloodline?
Probably, though I think in Disney it's just they don't try to fully kill each other. Also, this is a thing.
Whoa there.
Ah, dang it, I messed it up. Yeah, you take care of that upper leg routine.
I must pick this to the Titan.
Here we go.
Oh, I guess it did more than just tickle him. Ancient primordial Titan, what do you see? Roller coaster. What are those? I got hit by one.
Well, actually, it was a train, but yes. But hey, it's a mountain train versus a mountain titan, so...
Fitting.
You know what this also reminds me of? The, storm giant scene from the Hobbit movie.
Oh, when those mountainous things were just punching each other, they're like screaming.
I don't remember that being in either the cartoon or the original book.
It's in the book, but they're not like described as rocks. They're just kind of just big guys. They're kind of vague how they describe them.
Somehow I think that's how they should have kept them.
Honestly, that's what I think is the beauty of Token's work. Because it's so vague in how things are described, it sort of makes you put in your imagination the worst possible improv it could be.
Yeah, but still, I really wish they had made the Hobbit films just 2 films instead of 3.
And actually good, and not some, like, random trash where, like... Because, like, did the dwarf just make a joke about what's in his pants to an elf girl? Did that just happen?
I mean, at the very least, Jackson made me remember how wonderful the cartoon was.
Right? Though I do appreciate the first Hobbit. I think the first Hobbit movie, the introduction of the dwarves and them singing, I actually appreciate that very solid
I appreciate that too. I wish they hadn't cut out the Goblin song.
Yes. Don't know why they did. They added Horse Love Story. Also, Sauron was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, kind of.
Also, the Scrotum beard.
Oh, we don't talk about that guy. He was an embarrassment.
One down. They're not so tough by themselves.
Also, yeah, canonically, Legolas was alive during that time because he's, like a 3,000-year-old elf and all, but...
I know, but still,
he wasn't
did not
doing
need to be in it.
It was also forced. And Aragorn's like, oh, look, there's the King of Gondor, he's around, the Strider. I'm like, you mean he would be like 13 years old at the time, like doing nothing? I don't know, like sleeping.
I don't think he was even born, because it's supposed to be 60 years before.
Yeah, Aragorn is 87, because he's part elf, so he's actually older than him. He's actually 87 by the Fellowship, yeah. So he's actually old as dirt.
Yeah.
They actually said that he reigned for 120 years, so he was roughly, give or take, a little bit over 200 years old by the time he died.
Welcome to Olympus.
It was incredibly easy.
I mean, most people don't have magical keys to let them into the realm of the gods, so...
Well, when you factor that in, then yeah, I guess that makes it more difficult.
Plus, technically, since we're not from we're from another dimension, we don't actually count as mortal people, so... Take that as you will, I guess. I don't
follow
know.
the in-universe rule?
I
guess you just...
I'm just going to wave as any any miscellaneous rule that allows them to actually enter the halls of Olympus.
The Keyblades can break any lock in the lock from the
that. I mean, they broke a lock on the Underworld Coliseum, so obviously Zeus's magic is no match for it.
Who even makes these Keyblades?
That's actually a good question.
Is this Olympus? Gosh, it's amazing. Oh, whoa! Nope.
Hold up, they've invaded Olympus too? How'd they get through the barrier?
Oh, the Heartless are demons, so they definitely count as supernatural entities. there is nowhere you can be that's safe from the Heartless. Dang it, let me through, guys.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. They proceed even like multi-universal level threats. Like, that's some scary stuff if you think about it.
Well, that, and they can eat other interdimensional threats. I mean, considering, like, things like, well, Xehanort is protected because whatever, and Ansem is one of them. Nobody's technically don't have hearts to begin with, so they wouldn't go after them, but, I don't know, something like Dormammu would probably just be a buff bet to them.
Well, technically, Marvel's part of Disneyverse now, so...
Yep.
And Star Wars, too. That's so crazy.
Oh, yeah, Palpatine would definitely... Oh, they would try to... I think, actually, that first they would try to season Palpatine up first. That's why they work for Disney villains, because... if they sense a good enough meal, they'll try to season it up even more.
And Palpatine seems like a very right person.
Yeah, so the entire first and second game is basically the Heartless trying to season their food.
Scrumptious?
Yeah, they didn't get to chow down on Jafar, though, since Genie.
Genie BS magic hocus pocus, basically?
No, because he was sealed before they get the chance. Ursula, they got after. And Oogie Boogie was their next meal. Hook ran away. I don't think they even cared. They just found Hook to be, there.
I mean, let's be honest, Hook, in comparison to most of the other villains, is pretty tame.
Not in, Chain of Memories. He's actually one of the more, harder bosses in Chain of Memories. Well, that's mostly due to the fact that combat in that game is based more around strategy, and, well, Hook is a strategist. I think the other person they went to town chow down on was Clayton. Yeah, definitely Clayton.
See, but my question is, yeah, Clayton's a bad dude and all, but is he comparable to someone like Palpatine in terms of, like, sheer evilness?
He stared death in the face and was willing to let Tarzan do it just to corrupt him.
And Palpatine has universal genocide on his mind.
Yeah. That and Clayton was so, obsessed that he, hung himself.
So you're dealing with Clayton's ghost.
Oh, no, not Clayton's ghost. I was just referencing the, movie. In the game, he, basically just becomes the Heartless, puppet, so he can just hunt the gorillas. And then he gets eaten by a chameleon.
Oh, okay. Why does this look like Halo?
It's the, blaster ride from, I forgot which one. The studio. Disney Studio, park. Hollywood Studio, that's the one I'm thinking of. Which is going to be more, symbolic when we get to, Toy Story World.
Toy Story World.
Yes. That is a thing.
My question is, do you think the Claw is going to become a boss?
Not the Claw.
The options I can think of is the Toy Story 3 villain, the bear guy.
No, they do something a bit more unique with it.
Oh?
You'll see.
Bet. So what are the gods doing? I mean, shouldn't they be like, I don't know, throwing lightning bolts and whatnot?
Fighting for their lives currently.
Yeah, you kind of think that with gods, fighting for their lives, there'd be more boom, boom, zap, zap going on in the background.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of over. If I recall from the movie, they've kind of, Stratos has already beaten them. Yeah, Greek mythology. So, Greek mythology always seems to have to be modified if you're doing it for like a kid's show.
Nice.
Yeah, you can't have Zeus going around, having his way with women and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, in DC Comics especially, they have to modify it, but then they don't modify it. Though at the same time, they already have to modify it since, you can't have Wonder Woman's tribeswoman be actual mythological Amazons.
If we're gonna call Zeus predatory, well...
Yeah, if you're going to show the dark side of Zeus, you're going to have to show the dark side of the Amazons. Which they did. So they put it that whenever the Amazons fall in battle, they have to go, well, basically rape people to get their ranks back up.
Huh. I guess that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, so... problem they kind of brought up is that, the Amazons can't control what gender the children are born. So whenever a baby boy is born, they would just drown them.
Couldn't they just keep that child and use them for breeding purposes? And then when they grow up?
No, because no men should be on Themyscira. Because it's paradise. And men would apparently ruin paradise.
Well, different mythologies say different things about what paradise would look like, I guess.
Yeah. And, so, guess who was not happy about that?
And that would be?
Hephaestus.
I mean, he's a pretty chill dude. I can see
Well,
why
actually, mostly he wasn't happy that someone else's mother was throwing them out of their homes from cliffs.
Oh yeah, because didn't that happen to him?
Yep. So he offered the Amazons armor and weapons in exchange for the boys that are born, so he can raise them.
So he raised them as like blacksmith aides or something?
He raised them as assistants in his forge.
I guess that's pretty happy. Do the Amazons have extended lifespans?
Yes.
So even though they're mortal, they would be able to help for far longer than a normal person.
Yeah. So yeah. The story went is that Wonder Woman Diana, she found out about this and tried to get the male Amazons to be with their sisters on Themyscira, Said sisters then massacred them.
Because no man
Men
should be
on
here.
their island, not happy.
Well, does that make them any better than the men if that's how they feel?
No, but as far as they're concerned, they are women, so they are incorruptible.
Ain't that the story of all?
Yeah,
Greatest
so
equals.
all but one of the sons of Hephaestus were slaughtered. Diana learned a lesson about not being very trusting of her sisters, and
Here's our
the
ticket
said
up.
sisters who participated in the genocide, they were forced to replace the male Amazons as Hephaestus's
We'll have to
assistants.
climb up, but what'll we use for footholds?
That must be souring. But I guess you reap what you sow.
Pretty much. Alright, so this is a
Maybe you can
mechanic
use that rubble
coming
like
up that
stepping
was
stones.
made in Birth by Sleep. And I took a little while to figure out myself. Yeah, come on. Yeah,
Is
so
this some type of
this...
like super jump?
Hold on. Come on. Yeah, here we go. This is shot lock.
So it's teleportation, basically.
Yeah. Well, no. This is just targeting, and then you do something. Oh, and this is just something that I'm going to be learning about later. Yeah, you can't do anything.
So you had to visit previous worlds you've came about new tech, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Alright, where's the other one? Yeah, so, shot luck is essentially, you focus in on an opponent and then you unleash a, limit attack. There we go. In this case, you just do air step, which is, targeting and dashing into.
Basically ring dash, except
Yeah.
without rings.
And this is not as easy to get as they thought.
Was it more archaic in the previous game it was in?
No, this is the first time they've done this mechanic with it. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't able to balance that. Gonna have to try this again.
So does Sora experience fall damage, or he didn't care about gravity?
Gravity became non-existent a while back. Honestly, Sora has been so many times with Donald, Goofy, and Mickey that he's practically has cartoon physics on his side, so... There we go. Alright. Alright, that's it for this video.
See ya.
Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next time. We'll take on Hades and the Titans.
Ooh, see you then.